joining us now to discuss is Congressman Fred Keller of Pennsylvania. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. So the president heading to your home state. Coincidence or not, I mean, the bridge collapse in Pittsburgh, the president coming to Pittsburgh to talk about infrastructure. Your thoughts?
Well, it's tragic what happened to the people in Pittsburgh that were on this bridge when it collapsed, and that's the need for infrastructure. But what we should be discussing is infrastructure, and the bill he's going to discuss, a lot of the money, up to half of it, goes for Green New Deal priorities. If we really want to fix this infrastructure, we should be driving all the money in this bill to infrastructure and not be putting priorities of politicians ahead of what the American people need.
Why would some Pennsylvania Democrats not want to attend? Perhaps they cite scheduling, but is there more to that in your state?
I can't speak for why they would or wouldn't want to attend. But the point I can say is when you talk about what's impacting Americans, and this administration's not realizing that, the price of food, the price of gas, I'm not going to comment other than the fact that there's like 29 Democrats that are not running for re-election in the U.S. House this coming cycle. They're announcing retirement. Yeah. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that the policies of this administration aren't in touch with what the Americans are experiencing.
All right, turning now to Capitol Hill with you here. The progressives in the Democrat Party have set a tentative date now for the Senate to pass, here it is again, Build Back Better. The Progressive Caucus tweeting this out, quote, "In the month since Build Back Better negotiations stalled, this legislation has only become more urgent. Relief cannot be delayed any longer. We're calling on POTUS and Senate Dems to pass the Build Back Better Act by the State of the Union on March 1st. Congressman, do you see this bill passing? As you've seen it fail time after time, what would be different now?
Well, I don't know how they're gonna try and spin this differently. Build Back Better is not, it contains many other things than what we should be talking about. And when you're talking about the priorities of the Green New Deal and all the social democrats that they want to force on the American people, that's not what it is. It's a huge bill, and it can't be one of these times where we have to pass it to know what's in it. It's time Congress start doing what we need to do, and that's getting down into what's included in these bills and making sure that it's good for the American people. So the Build Back Better, it's the same stuff, and I don't think that it's gonna be any better for America if they try and do it this time.
Before we go, I just want to ask you about crime. Specifically there, maybe in Pennsylvania, in Philly, that you've seen. We've seen an assault on officers now some 20-something days into the new year in Houston and in Milwaukee, I believe, St. Louis, obviously New York City. We've been diving into that. And crime stats, again, Philadelphia records its 39th homicide of this year. Again, we're still in January. What are your thoughts on this? Why are criminals emboldened in this time?
Well, what we've seen last year is you've got like 16 cities across the country have record crime. And when you not condemning what's been happening and not supporting our police, this is a result of defunding police and all the things that we've seen messaged over the past. And what needs to happen is we need to start supporting our police, letting the criminals know that we're going to support the law enforcement that keeps us safe in our communities. That hasn't happened from the radical left in Congress and the administration. It's about time we start doing that and leading by example when it comes about honoring those who keep us safe.
Congressman Fred Keller of Pennsylvania joining us live here. Have a great weekend, Congressman. Thanks so much for coming on. We do appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.